G'day folks, welcome to World of Warships with the magnificent Margon. It has been forever. I can't even remember the last time I played this, to be perfectly honest. Had a bit of a spell, had a bit of a break, with Kaz starting his new position and job. It's not allowed us to have the flexibility and things to actually get back into World of Warships and play. So basically jump back in tonight. This is the second battle I played. I thought this would be a much better battle to show you guys at this point in time. It was probably an average battle. I've been learning and studying ships while I've been on my break, and how to play them better than what I have been. So I'm trialing all these new techniques and things like that just to sort of get it to work for me, basically. Now, as you can see, there are 3 battleships on this flank going for the flank, if you're looking at the mini-map currently. I'm in my Pensacola. I have actually got, I think it's 3 Turpets. No, there's an Amagi, Colorado, and a Turpets. All with me, along with the Benson and the Mitsuki. Now, the Mitsuki and the Benson are out there spotting all the targets, while most of the battleships are pretty well in range of most of the cruisers. Looks like someone's got an early kill already. First blood to Hoji. Well, there you go. Lucky him. Now, I've just been detected. Knowingly that it's going to happen. You generally know that it's going to happen. And that's the great thing about it. So, Kaz is not actually in this one. He was preparing or having dinner at the time, so it's sort of one of those things. And as you can see, my shots are not as accurate as what they used to be for me, so I'm sort of getting the feel for World of Warships again. So the things I'm taking in to account are where to aim, what to aim at, what I'm looking for, distances, ranges, and getting a feel back of it. And I really do get the feel back for World of Warships. We played one game. The last game we played of the night was in my New York, and it was an absolutely brilliant battle for me. Why didn't any of those shells hit? That's fairly interesting. Now, as you can see, we've got another 2 cruisers coming up with us now. We've got looks like the Amagi and the Oba is coming, which is it's a nice sort of sizable fleet now. 2 destroyers, 3 battleships, and 3 cruisers. This is actually going to be pretty strong, and that's the way I feel. Like, the enemy's got 2 cruisers and 3 battleships. There's definitely a destroyer around as well, by memory. So there are sort of equal fleets, and I've noticed that on Two Brothers, because I did play a little bit on and off every now and then just to keep my senses going, more or less. I have noticed that this flank in particular seems to be where all the big battles actually get played out a lot more. Two Brothers being stretched out in this patch, made a bit bigger, scattered the islands out a bit more, has made it a bit more free-flowing in my opinion too. You've got a lot more opportunities to just drift around, except, well, there we go, there's a nice fire in the Fuso. I didn't pay attention to the island in front of me until the last couple of seconds, and I have to actually avoid an island now, but I did avoid it. There's one battle where I just drove straight into an island. I think it was the first one I played because I was not with it, not paying attention to all the factors that you need to. As you can see, I'm still firing HE at these guys, being battleships, and as such, I'm not going to really get a lot of good hits on them. Earl Grey's come online, great. I thought I had my emails disabled. Anyway, should disable that option. Earl Grey is, if you're wondering, actually a very good World of Warships player. He plays on the EU servers. I do watch him generally around this time of the day, which is night time for me. So I do strongly recommend him. He's actually a very good player, and I have been learning a lot from him, watching his streams and things like that, and just seeing how he plays and stuff. There was a nice one, 3600 damage to the Fuso, and it was just HE. Sometimes it's good to fire AP, sometimes it's good to fire HE. So as you can see, I'm circling back around this island. I haven't got the battleship support. I don't really want to go out there with the Amagi and the Fuso. It's just not a very pretty combination for me in my cruiser. I would like to. Now, as you can see, there is a destroyer. I believe there was actually a couple of destroyers that went back and actually assaulted A on us. So I've actually sort of come back more or less to be a rear guard for the two battleships, which does put me out of position to actually get any any fire on people. So as you can see, at the moment it's been quite terrible. 12 damage, 1 fire. Yeah, okay, I should be doing a lot better than this. And then this is where I think, no, I need to start getting in there. Now, the Pensacola is difficult in some ways to be a manned ship as such. It hasn't got the armour to be a manned ship. There's that destroyer, it's just popped up on the map. It can be a man, but at the same time you don't have the armour to really tussle as such. So you've got to sort of use what you've got around you, your manoeuvrability that you have on the ship to a certain extent, just so you can get the guns to work on how you need them to. The Fubaka has now popped up, and the other destroyer is still behind us. Don't know what destroyer it is yet. I could probably manually turn the camera, but it's dropped off again. There he is. Let's have a look. He's dropped off. That makes it very difficult. There we go. Hatsuharu is behind us. He's almost dead, so he's not too much of a concern to us. There's two destroyers chasing him down anyway, so I'm not going to burden myself. I need to try and focus on this Cleveland and chase him away, because the Cleveland, as much as it was a great ship and it has been nerfed to a certain extent, it still is a considerable threat in the waters. Rate of fire is still up there, but it just has a lot of it has a longer shell time, so the shells basically travel through the air a lot longer than what they used to, so they're not like what they used to. Oh, that's a big hard hit from that Mogami. Lucky I didn't take any citadel damage. It was all just sort of cosmetic damage as such. As you can see, I've now turned my ship a little bit more forward so that I can potentially bounce shots, but at the moment with the arc in which the Morgami is getting, it makes it very difficult. Now this Cleveland is actually a fairly decent sailor or captain. He's manoeuvring quite nicely, but I'm also keeping up my manoeuvrability and turning when I need to and firing when I need to. As you can see, he's just wiggled out of the way of those shots, and that was brilliant. Again, I'm still on 12 shells, and we're nearly halfway through the battle, and I'm just not getting the hits I need. And this is one of the frustrating things. This is the second battle back, and I really thought that I would be doing a little bit better, but I think players have actually really come up since I played last and actually become a lot better than what they used to be. Maybe the ranked battle system worked for us in the Asian region. I don't know. Look, 13 hits. Yay. Oh my god, this just gets terrible sometimes. Anyway. So yeah. I can't even remember what I was bloody talking about. Typical. Lucky you got plenty of things to watch at the moment. As you can see, everyone else is manoeuvring and circling and just slowly creeping up and pushing. It really is like a natural fleet, this one, and I think this team works really well. We managed to sort of lose minimum numbers, and I actually think we're all pretty healthy. Like, okay, looking around, we're actually in a fairly healthy state as ships, like the enemy is too. So when you compare that, in my opinion, it shows that people are actually really watching their HPs. They're making smart choices at long last. And this is the disappointing thing about World of Tanks. Here we go. This is where I've run the island. I was sort of half paying attention to this, and I'm lucky that I don't get destroyed. That's a nice AP shell, doing a citadel, 4 damage and a critical. That's a great shell shot on that Morgami, and that is beautiful. And this is where the game now starts getting turned on a bit more. And I think this is where it comes down to where people actually, when they're playing, get to a certain stage where like, oh, I'm not doing like as I haven't done the damage, I need to get in there, I need to do something, and they start making mistakes. That Morgami made more or less a big mistake. As you can see, I took a fairly decent hit from that Amagi. Morgami was the one before. This is the Amagi in front of me battleship. He saw it, I'd run to the island. Nice little sort of hit there on the Cleveland, and the Cleveland has now taken out. So what have we got left? We've got battleships left. Okay, so I'll empty my salvo onto the Fuso. There's torpedoes in the water. I'm turning away, so I'm feeling pretty confident that I'm going to be able to avoid these things. And I need to turn away just so I can keep my 5 hits. I don't think that was me doing the big hit chunk of their health. I only think I did a little damage to him. Most of it would have just peppered on the surface, being a Fuso. The Fusos are pretty strong as a ship. Not as strong as the New Yorks are and stuff like that, but they're strong enough. So yeah, as you can see, we've still got quite a decent team. We've lost one battleship, and it happens to be on this flank. Now, I didn't see what happened. You guys may have been paying attention to the map better than I have. But it looks like he may have pushed out a little bit too far out of the fleet, and when you do that, you do suffer for it. And we've all been sort of taking damage for each other and keeping ourselves healthy. But now we're versing 3 battleships, and they have a lot of health, and we've all really got to work and hit these guys to take them out. Now I don't understand this. Why? Why am I was aiming perfectly at that Fuso. When I fired those shells, I thought, oh yeah, they'll arc over, and I'm like, why are these shells dropping into the island? This is not meant to happen. And now I'm trying to run to another island. Typical. Okay, right. Well, okay, and do I get another hit? I got a fire on him before he got taken out. So there goes that Fuso. That's a good start. Fuso is actually probably, I enjoyed playing the Fuso in closed beta. I really would like to get back to. I actually enjoyed the Nagato too. They were actually 2 really nice ships. Most of the Japanese battleships, I should say, are great ships. Now getting to the point. Now, as you can see, this has been a slow chip away battle. Battle's the best way. Naval conflict, whatever you want to use. Where we've really worked ourselves up. The other flank is not faring as well. There's a cruiser and battleship over there, but they're heading back our way. So it looks like that flank, with the destroyer over there and the cruiser that's over there, actually managed to push them back enough and hold them at bay long enough. Well, there you go, shot one plane down. One plane too added to my my count. That actually meant that they had to come back and actually engage and fight us and prevent us from taking B. So that's what they've done. They've noticed, nah, we can't push any faster to get to A. We need to turn around. We need to support our fleet. And this is the great thing. I never thought I would see on the Asian server something like this. The fleet battles are getting quite impressive when people actually do them. And I think I'm going to really enjoy World of Warships now. People are actually picking up. Now there's a destroyer in mid. I just saw it on the map. It just bleeped for a second. So we've got a battleship and a cruiser up there. They should intercept that destroyer relatively soon, as such. So yeah, this could be very, very interesting. As you can see, I've turned away again. The reason for turning away is I don't want to be too far in front, but I want to be in a position where I can help and keep my team with me. So I've turned around, and I've actually probably turned around, in my opinion, now when I look at it, too far. I should have just done a quick 360-degree circle, then got back in the action. Pensacola's guns at full turn, full noise, do not keep up with the turn rate of the ship. So you've got to keep that in mind when playing in the Pensacola. You've got to sort of pre-predict where you want your guns to be. There's that destroyer. It's popped up again against the battleship. I do hope the battleship will be alright against him, but he has got a cruiser up there to help him. I'm firing on the Morgami, firing HE. Do I get shells onto him? Well, let's have a look. And crawling in. No, fell short. Damn it. And this is some of the things I was facing through playing, and it was getting kind of frustrating. 5-minute warning has just gone off, and I'm sitting there going, we could win this. This could actually be a good win. This is going to be awesome. And this is the part of the battle where you sit there going, wow, right down to the end, right down to the last seconds this battle goes to basically get the results. And I thought, yeah, we've got plenty of numbers, we'll be right, we'll get through this. They've got 3 battleships, 2 cruisers and a destroyer, we got 2 destroyers, we'll be easily fine. Battleship of Northfall, yeah, that was sort of half predictable. I'm sort of in a silly position, but I'm in a position where I can use the island as cover, firing on the Nagato. He's the prime target for me. Nagato's actually pretty good, but he's actually facing sideways, so gives me a bit more of a chance. Set him on fire. Quite happy about that. Still burning, still burning. Torpedoes coming in. Did I hit him? Do the torpedoes hit him? And he has been hit by 2 torpedoes. Firing HE on him. Nagato is now down. Now, as you can see, once again, I'm going too far back, I guess is the word, and not going enough forward. I need to go more forward. Now, I think the destroyer in the north is actually coming back. He stopped capping. Well, actually, the cruiser's in the cap circle, so it's obviously half preventing it. Sorry, my dog was pulling faces at me for some strange reason. Are you okay, Lily? Don't look so worried. It's okay. I ran to the island again. I just made myself look like an idiot on YouTube. Good. This is the six. This is the second battle back. I'm just getting the feel. Getting the feel for it. Oh, and I realised after 5 of those I wasn't going to hit the Margie. I was actually quite disappointed. But look at that. This is how long the shells drift through the air at their maximum range, basically. I sort of took a pot shot. Now there's that Colorado in the back there, and I'm sitting there going, Colorado's there still. But I looked at it and went, shit. I looked at it right now and realised that I'm at the 2.5 minute mark, and I thought we would be a little bit better off than what we are actually fighting these guys. And this is where I started to panic. I went, we're actually going to get a draw, or possibly a victory because we've got the most points. But I thought we'd kill all the ships. What's going on? 2 minutes is coming up, and I'm still sitting here going, ooh, I need to get my guns working. I'm going to work harder here. And this is where I really sort of start panicking as such and go, right, keep firing at the Margie. That way then, if I keep firing him, he's on fire, which is great. I've killed the Margie. First kill. You know what? I think that was the first kill back after my break that I've had. But I've realised I need to help our Margie now take on the Colorado. I need to get in there and do some damage. Now, my AP are not going to do diddly squat to a Colorado. Colorado, I'm pretty sure is it's tier 7. It's a tier 7. I thought it was tier 8. So, I'm probably not going to do anything. But, I've got a fairly decent rate of fire. It's not brilliant. I think it's like 15 seconds reload. So, it's not great. There you go. 2,500 damage. That's not too bad. I'm actually sitting here waiting for my shells to reload. He's fired on me, firing a full salvo of HE into him, and 1,800 damage, 3 hits. Oh, come on. Need more hits. Come on. I'm up to 58 hits now if you're looking at my tallies at the top, so I have picked it up. I have come back. I really should have been probably turning in, which I am doing now. And 8 hits. That's nice big damage. He's on about 6,000 hit points. All this is good. 49 seconds left to go. Can we take this guy out before the end of the battle? This is going to be interesting. This is where this battle was just on the edge. He's on fire. Will he burn a bit longer? Will he burn out enough? My guns have reloaded and he's been taken out, and ooh, I didn't need that to happen. That should not have happened. We'll edit that bit out. Alright guys, sorry about that. Cut out before I could actually finish saying what I was saying. As I said, we killed him. We killed that Colorado. The Margie fired. He fired the last salvo onto Colorado, and as doing so, killed him right at the end of this battle. As you can see, victory. I was relieved that we actually got the victory. I actually thought we were going to get a draw, and I'm sitting there sweating going, no, we lost. What is going on? So, all in all, not too bad. This is actually... I didn't anticipate this sort of a result. Completed missions down here, like, that are going on so far. 72 hits in the end, so I did pick it up, 1 plane, 1 critical, 1 ship sunk, 5 fires, and 1 citadel. So it wasn't one of my best battles, but you know what, I think it was more than deserving to show this, because it was right down the wire, and I was sitting on the edge going, please kill this guy, please give us the victory. I needed this just to get me inspired. You know what, I had a couple of really good battles later on this evening with Kaz. One of my New York, I was on fire. It was just a pity I couldn't win the end, and I just couldn't get the shells to actually do what I needed it to do, and it was frustrating me that I couldn't get that victory win of satisfaction of doing the work I'd done. And yeah, it was just a disappointing ending, but it was a great battle, and I couldn't have enjoyed it as much. And I was laughing. I haven't laughed like I did in that battle for a long time. So guys, that one will be coming up. There's a few other battles I'm going to be probably putting up very soon as well that I've had. But hey, enjoy the games you do. That's what I do. I had fun tonight. I enjoyed what I did, and I'm glad to be back after having a bit of a break. Maybe I'll have to explore World of Tanks again, see how I feel about that again. It's been ages. It's been nearly 12 months since I actually played World of Tanks, because it was annoying me so much that people couldn't play. World of Warships has given me hope now that potentially people can play this game properly. As you can see, 11,000 base, not too bad, and we killed all their ships. It's marked as killed in the very final second of this battle. We killed all of them. I'm pretty impressed by that. Overall, there's my damage stuff and all the other doodads. So guys, outside of that, I hope you've enjoyed this. As always, subscribe so it's down the bottom. There's a like, and there's my Facebook page. Thank you for everyone who's been watching my Facebook page. I'm terribly sorry that I haven't really been active in doing videos and things, but I'm hoping now that I've done this, I'll be back doing a bit more. Outside of that, guys, happy hunting, and I'll catch you on those seas.